morning, yogis. I had one request, which was for hip openers, so we will get to the hips from the get-go. Let's do that. Let's come down to our backs and use any props that you like for your starting shape. I like to have a blanket nearby. Today I have 2 blankets. So if you have 2 blankets, yay for you. We'll try to use them. So come on down to your backs. Get super long. Maybe take a little stretch as you arrive there. And what I'm going to invite us to do as we begin and just kind of get settled in is to take the right leg and externally rotate it so that we come into a supine tree pose. So the foot can kind of come to the inner thigh or somewhere on the left leg. And then here's a handy place for a blanket or 2 right under that right knee, just to kind of support that. Maybe 2 blankets would be really nice. Yeah. And here we are in our first half hip opener. So let's just get kind of acquainted with the floor, with our mats. So maybe as we settle in, you either allow your arms to just rest by your side, palms face up is always nice, or if you're feeling like you could use a little love, maybe one hand to belly, one hand to heart. And we'll just start to tune in to our natural breath. And just kind of take inventory here. Notice how the breath is moving in without changing anything. And notice the length of the breath without changing anything. Just notice. Notice what's moving, the belly maybe, the chest as you breathe in. And notice what moves as you breathe out. Again, just continue your inventory by noticing the temperature of your air. Notice any sounds you might hear in your space. I've got a really nice little painter man painting some things out in the other room, so we might hear some painting sounds. You might notice some sounds in the distance, an airplane, a dog barking. And then notice that sensation of the clothes against your skin and what it feels like to be completely supported by the surface beneath you. Just allowing yourself to get a little heavier, feeling the connection of your body to the mat. And then with all of that awareness and acceptance, let's just soften a little bit and invite in a deeper breath. So breathing in through the nostrils, slowly filling up. Take about 5 counts to get there. Fill up completely. And then when that feels complete, just pause for a second. And then exhale slowly. Resist the urge to exhale quickly. And again, beginning again, inviting in a deeper inhalation. And then a long, slow exhalation after your pause. Always the invitation to constrict the back of the throat and practice Ujjayi breath. You might notice a little more attention being paid to the breath if you choose that. Kind of sounds like the ocean or Darth Vader. Let's take 3 more breaths here. See if you can invite a softening of the right hip on an exhale. Nice. And then when you're ready, slowly take that right leg and extend it long. Notice the hip, maybe take some ankle circles or whatever feels good. And then switch your props to the other side. We'll bring our left foot to the inside of the right leg and try this supine tree on this side. And we'll take some breaths here. So really nothing more to do. This is just a passive yin stretch for the hips. So breathing in nice and slow. Close your eyes, enjoy this. And see if you can encourage this opening of the left leg, hip, inner thigh. Nice deep breaths in. Nice long breaths out. Nice. We'll take 3 more. You've got it. On an exhale or 2, see if you can soften toward the floor. Maybe remove 1 blanket, see how that feels. Yeah. Nice. And on that 3rd breath, we'll take our props, set them aside, and take the left leg and extend it long. Take a full body stretch here, reaching the arms way overhead, little arch in the back. Nice big breath in. And on your exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rock and roll a couple of times. And then I might have to adjust. Maybe you won't. Take your arms out to a T, palms up or down, yogi's choice. We're going to take some dynamic twists. So when you're ready, take a nice big breath in, and on your exhale, twist to the right, turn to the left. So the stretch is on the left side body, left hip. Good. Back to center. And on your next exhale, twist to the left. Nice. Inhale back to center. And exhale right, turn left. Inhale back to center. And exhale left, turn right. Good, just move with your breath. So if I'm going a little faster than you, slow it down as you wish. It's all good. Good. And on the next one, to the right, let's say, let's land there. So you might want to tuck your blanket under your legs, or maybe not. And we'll stay for 3 breaths. So turning your gaze toward the left. Maybe closing your eyes here, breathing in, taking a little pause, and then breathing out. Good. Awesome. On the next breath in, we'll hug the knees into the chest and just lower them slowly over to the left and gaze towards your right and breathe. On your next in-breath, we'll come back to center and just place your feet on the floor, kind of close to your hips. Palms come down toward the floor. Let's take a few bridge poses dynamically together. And we can add our arms in. Hopefully you have enough space above your head. Yeah, if not, make adjustments. So when you're ready, on your inhale, press your hips up to the sky. Reach your arms up and overhead. Keep your gaze up toward the ceiling just to keep the neck safe. On the exhale, lower down. Arms come down with the butte. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Good. One more. And exhale, lower down. Good. This time we're going to lift up, pressing the hips up. Reach for your hands. See if you can give them a little clasp and snuggle the shoulders underneath you. And let's stay for 3 breaths here. Nice full breath in. Feel the front of the body getting full of fresh oxygen. Keep those glutes engaged. And exhale without coming down yet. Good. Yeah, starting to feel a little something here, probably. Wait for the 3rd exhalation and make it a slow descent down to the mat. Good. And then yogi's choice. Knees hug in or legs extend long. Nice overhead stretch. Good. And then just let everything go. We're going to take a pause here. Notice, where do you feel blood flow, energy? Where do you feel sensation? Take a quick scan of the body and just notice. Awesome. And then when you're ready, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rock from side to side again or circle them out. Give yourself a little lower back massage. I think every time I practice, I do these knee circles because they feel so good. And then we're going to all roll to our favorite side, whatever side that is, and use the strength of the arms to come on up to a comfortable seat. Make yourself comfy. Maybe prop something under your hips. Yeah, especially for the hips. Super nice. Yeah. Allow your spine to lengthen out to its natural length. Think of length from the tailbone to the crown. And then notice where your chin is. If it feels like it's jutting forward or your shoulders are jutting forward, see if you can roll them back and down. Find like a seated mountain pose. So feel really, really bright posture, nice open heart. And then take your arms out. Inhale, reach up. Send those arms, fingertips up to the ceiling, framing the ears. Just notice the length in the side body. And then we'll just lean over to one side. One hand can come to the mat. One arm reaches overhead, gaze in the opposite direction. Try to keep both hips on the floor though. Take a full breath here and a nice long exhale. And then inhale, reach up again, get long. And exhale, take it to the other side. Good. Full breath, both hips planted. And on your next inhale, reach up. Then on your exhale, we're going to pour forward, bringing the fingertips to the floor in front of us. Nice long spine though, shoulders tucked down away from the ears. Noticing hips, noticing lower back. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, see what happens if you walk your fingers a little farther and then bow forward, finding that edge. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Yeah. Good. Nice. Take the next breath in, and then slowly on your exhale, walk your way back up. Release your hips from their bondage. Take the outsides of your legs, bring them up. Feet come to the floor. Hands can reach back. So the fingertips are pointing towards your body. Just take a couple of windshield washers with the legs. Good. And then feet planted right in front of you. Let's come into a reverse table. So lifting up, using the strength of your arms, gazing up, taking care of your neck, not lowering it too far back. Breathe in. And excellent work. Breathe out. Let's come to tabletop. Let's take one of our blankets and place it underneath the knees. Smooth it out. Bring the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Sophie, shake it out. Spread the fingers nice and wide and press into all the finger pads. Use them to take a little off a little of the work off of the wrists. And tops of the feet can be on the floor or toes tucked, whatever works for you. And let's work through a few cat-cows. So inhaling, lifting the tailbone, lifting the gaze, and then exhaling through your Halloween cat as you press the mat away. Really draw the belly to the spine. Good. Move slowly with your breath. Nice. Take one more. And then as you round into your Halloween cat shape, see if you can press the mat away a little bit more and spread your shoulder blades apart. Chin comes down to chest. Just get that nice rounding. Good. And then come back to neutral. Bring your knees wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Think about if you do happen to have a couple of blankets there, maybe you want to tuck one blanket between your hips and your calves as you descend down to child's pose. It just feels like a really nice support. You can play with that. And then lower your hips down to child's, whatever your version of child's is. And let's take 3 full breaths here. Good, nice big breath in. And a nice long breath out. So good. Really nice. As you're ready, slowly come back up to your table. Remove your blanket. Tuck your toes. Spread your fingers wider. Press into your finger joints and pads more, even more. And then when you're ready, begin to lift your hips. Come on up into your first down dog. So you might keep a little bend in your knees as you do. Just notice how you feel. Walk it out if that would feel good, bending one knee and then the other. And then eventually find stillness. See if you can lift your hips a little higher. Yeah. Lengthen your spine just a little bit more. Breathe in. Think about filling up the entire back body this time. Just imagine the whole back body filling with oxygen, fresh, energizing every cell of the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up on our toes, take a gander at the front of your mat and just take a slow walk there. And then bending your knees as much as you need to, protecting your lower back. Just rotate those wrists out. As we meet in a forward fold, take your favorite forward fold. So if it's ragdoll, maybe the hands come to the elbows, or maybe your hands just dangle, your arms just relax. Head under heart, just let all that good blood flow. Reverse, so good for us. Shake the head yes and no. Let's take one more breath and exhale it completely. And then on your inhale, root into your mat to rise up slowly. See how slowly you can come up, stack the vertebra, and then roll the shoulders up and back and down. And we'll meet in a mountain pose, hands at heart center. And just take a moment to let it settle. Let the normal, the regular blood flow kind of settle in. That's what we're used to anyway, right? Good. Nice big breath in. Shake it out. And let's come into mountain pose. Palms face forward. Just feel the weight equally distributed between right and left leg, right and left hip. Head over shoulders, chin tucked. Good. Take a nice big breath, reach up, look up, and exhale. Let's take a few forward folds just dynamically. So forward fold with as much of a bend in your knees as you need to. Inhale as you root to rise, reach up, look up. And then take a nice long exhalation as you fold forward, hinging at the waist, checking in with the hamstrings. Nice bend in the knees, if that's helpful. Good. You can close your eyes if you're feeling your balance really well today. Let's take one more. And then we'll meet back in our mountain pose. Good. Let it settle. Let your hands rest at your heart center. Take a moment. Take a nice big breath. And then shake it out. Excellent. All right, let's move a little bit more. We'll get into the hips a little bit more. So look down at your toes, lift and spread them, and then press them into the mat. Really feel like the energy is flowing down from the hips, and then feel like that energy is flowing up from the hips. So we have this flow of energy moving through the body. Inhale, root to rise, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out the spine and look just forward on the floor. Make that half tabletop. And then exhale, take your hands to the floor. Let's step back to downward facing dog. Just a gentle step back. Second dog, notice how it feels. Let's inhale as we do, lift the right leg up high. And then bend at the knee, open it up, fire hydrant. You can perhaps take a couple little ankle circles here in both directions. Really nice. And then re-extend that leg. And as you inhale, we're going to step forward as far as we can on our mat and come into a nice long lunge, runner's lunge. Shine your heart, inhale. And exhale. On your next breath in, use all the strength in your legs that you can muster and reach up, coming into a high crescent. So the right knee over right ankle, reach those fingertips up to the sky, framing the ears, drawing the pinky fingers toward one another. Good. Take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, left arm comes forward, right arm swings back. Challenge your balance. See if you can gaze back at the right arm. Yeah. Yeah. It's wobbly here too. Don't worry. Inhale, reach up. Nice. And exhale, let's bow, bringing our hands down to the right leg, right to frame the right foot. And inhale, root to rise, back up. Good. This time, right arm comes forward, left arm swings back. See if you can follow it with your gaze, keeping those legs planted. Yeah. It's a wobble fest here, so don't worry. Inhale, reach up. Fingertips reach up to the sky. Look up maybe if your balance is hanging in there. And then exhale, hands come down to frame the right foot. Hands plant, right foot steps back, downward facing dog. How do you like that? Third dog. Not that we're counting, but take a little notice of how your hamstrings are feeling now. Maybe your legs are a little straighter. Maybe your hips are a little higher toward the sky. Maybe it's feeling really good. Take a nice big breath as you do. Lift your left leg. And then bend into the left knee. Open it up. Twirl that foot. Do your thing. Good. On the next breath in, re-extend. Good. Exhale. And then step it on forward. Find that nice long lunge on this side. See how it feels over here. Good. Shine your heart. Take a nice big breath and begin that graceful ascent. Find your crescent, high crescent here. And if you're noticing that the wobbliness is just over the top, maybe you need a little more width. Little wider foundation. So just adjust accordingly. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're just going to pour over that left leg. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. Check in. Good. And then inhale, rise back up. Yeah, good. Right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. See if you can follow it with your gaze. Inhale back up to crescent, pinkies draw together, shoulders down. And exhale, open up, right arm goes back, left arm forward. Who thinks up these things? Inhale, reach up, fingertips reach toward the sky, get nice and long. And then exhale, find the floor, step your left foot back to downward facing dog. Number 4, lift those hips maybe just a little bit higher. Press into the mat with all the gusto you can. And then slowly come forward. We'll find a plank, lower the knees if you like. Lower the tops of the feet, and then slowly descend down to the floor. Take a well-deserved break, my friends. Sophie, shake it out. Turn your head to one side. Make a pillow. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Let the breath slow down. Let the nervous system settle. Awesome. When you're ready, we're going to bring the forehead back to center. Bring the elbows under the shoulders, palms face down. We'll come into a nice Sphinx pose. So if you happen to have your 2 blankets or if you have a bolster, a nice way to use them is you can kind of tuck them under, sort of under your chest, your belly, and just use them as props. Kind of gives you a little more of a back bend, but if you have any lower back injuries, you might want to just forego that. But if it's feeling really good, we're just going to hang here for just a minute or 2, breathing here, giving ourselves a chance to correct any, I don't want to say negative, but postural challenges we might have, because I got them. So as you do, think about breathing in and puffing up your chest a little bit more without drawing the shoulders up. A little bit of muscular engagement with the arms, but not too much. And the glutes can stay soft. The hips can relax, pressing into the floor, but just kind of feeling heavy, just kind of doing their thing, hanging out. It's really isolating the lower back. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes. Nice. On that 3rd breath, if you have your props, slide them aside. Bring your forehead to the floor. Bring your hands to the outsides of the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows into the body and begin to peel yourself up, first into a cobra and then into child's pose with knees wide, big toes touching. This time maybe with no props, just press your hips back and let this be a counter pose to that back bend. Allow the spine to decompress. Allow the breath to flow into those areas that may have been constricted. Send that fresh oxygen there. So good. Good. Nice breath in. Full breath out. Excellent. As you're ready, slowly begin to come back up. We'll come through table. Take your hands a little bit further than they would be in table. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're back again. How nice. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, open it up, fire hydrant. We've already been here. Inhale, re-extend. And exhale, send the right foot forward. Let's build upon our little flow. Inhale, root to rise, reach up. Exhale, open up. Send the right arm back, left arm forward. You're doing great. Inhale, reach up. Maybe look up if you're feeling really solidly balanced here. And exhale, open up, right arm forward, left arm back. Gaze back toward the left arm. Good. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Let's take that left foot and spin it to flat. Right knee over right ankle, arms extend out from the shoulders. You've got this. Inhale, reach the right arm up, lean back. Left arm rides down the left leg. Good. Nice big breath. Exhale, back into your warrior 2. Inhale, spin the back foot so it's facing forward. Send the arms up, reach up, maybe look up. And exhale, take the hands down to the floor. If you love a vinyasa and you know you'd like to ride through it, feel free, but otherwise, take your right foot back to meet your left in down dog. We'll wait for you. Let's enjoy this down dog while we wait for our vinyasa friends, if you like it. Take a nice full breath. Maybe lift your hips a little higher. Maybe press your heels a little closer to the floor. Good. And hopefully everyone's here. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, open that hip. Rotate the ankle if you like. Inhale, send the leg long. And exhale, look forward. Send the left leg forward far as you can. Steady yourself on your fingertips and then root to rise, reaching up, crescent. We've already been here, so good. Take a nice big breath in, open up to the left, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, reach up, frame the ears. And exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Good. Inhale, reach up. Maybe look up. And exhale, open up, warrior two. So you might have to adjust your feet. In warrior two, there's a little more of a sense of a straight line, so the left heel is intersecting with the middle of the right foot. So a little different than crescent. Send those fingertips out from the shoulders. Breathe in, and peaceful warrior, left arm lifts, right arm reaches down. And exhale, warrior two, sink back in. Good. Take a nice big breath. Shine your heart. And exhale, turn those legs forward again. One more foray into crescent. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Step back to downward dog. One more second. Walk it out if it would feel good. And then come forward to about halfway. And we'll slowly rise up as we stand in the middle of our mat. Reach up with a flourish. Let your palms meet, maybe look up. And then exhale, hands come down to the heart. And we just pause here. Take a little momentary break. Bring yourself into mountain pose. So good. Everybody. Just notice what you're feeling. Maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Just breathe here for a moment. And feel the electricity, the heat. So good. Blood flow, all kinds of stuff. When you're ready, let's practice a little hip opener balance combo. Finding first something to look at right in front of us that is not moving, especially if you're on carpet like me, and always the option of having a wall or a chair right next to you. That's not cheating, friends. It's just, it's life. So always good to have support. So let's bring our weight into our left foot and take our right leg, externally rotate it. The right heel can come into the ankle, or you can reach down and, like we did in our supine position, bring it up somewhere above your knee. Never want to press into the knee. But if you are happy there, wherever you are in your tree, maybe hands come to heart, or maybe you grow your branches, take up space, keep gazing at that static object. Don't want to gaze at a real tree on a windy day. No, we don't. Excellent. So when you're ready, maybe you dropped a few leaves and then you lower down gracefully. Just kind of walk it out. How'd you do? So one side's always easier than the other. So if that side was a cakewalk, who knows? We'll just, no expectations here. Let's bring our weight into our right foot. Find your drishti. Left heel to right ankle. Externally rotate. Maybe this is where you want to stay for this side, especially if you have any injuries, that you're working with. Let's be realistic here. But if you want to go for it, maybe the left hand reaches down and places that foot somewhere on the inner thigh of the right leg, and you press the foot into the leg just as much as the leg is pressing into the foot. Grow your branches. Breathe steady. Stay rooted. What if I just froze now and we all just stayed here for who knows how long? No, that'd be terrible. When you're ready, drop your leaves. Release, come out. Good job. All right. Let's come back into mountain just for a moment so we can appreciate our hips, appreciate the fact that we could even try that. That was really good. Kudos to you. Let's bring our toes so they're facing out, legs wider than hips. Nice wide stance. And we'll sink down only if you have no knee injuries or hip injuries. We'll come into a nice hip opener, taking the arms to the inner thighs and doing that pressing in with the arms and Pressing in with the legs and out with the arms. Here we go. In and out. Shine your heart. Take as many breaths here as you like and come out whenever you like. Come out slowly, carefully, mindfully. Good. We're just going to come down to a seat. Bring that left foot in toward the right hip and take a cross over with the right leg and give yourself a nice big hug. Yeah, let's get into that hip a little bit more. Good. Take your right hand behind your right hip and use it as a kickstand to lengthen your spine. Sort of press into the earth so you can really lengthen. And then take a big breath. Feel your torso full of air, and then wait for the exhale and turn your gaze over that right shoulder. Take another breath. Puff up a little bit more and use the exhale to twist to your edge and see how it feels. Good. Nice big breath. And then slowly unwind. Nice. We're going to keep the left leg where it is. Send the right leg long. So the right leg will come to the inner thigh, just like we did supine tree. A lot of repetition here. When you're ready, reach your arms up. Flex that right toe, and then reach your arms for it with a nice long spine. See if you can get a hold of the side of your foot, maybe your ankles. Keep a nice long spine for another breath. And then as you exhale, bring your nose towards your knee. Let's take 3 breaths here. See if we can settle a little bit. Always the option to tuck something under that left knee. So good. When you finish this next third round of breath, just take your fingertips and walk your way back up. Lengthen the spine. And we'll hug the right knee toward the left hip. Cross the left leg over the right and give yourself that hug. Yeah, take your left hand behind, prop yourself up, lengthen the spine. Take a nice full breath. And exhale, take your gaze over the left shoulder. Good. Another inhalation presses you, lengthens you. And then the exhalation. Find the edge. Really good. Big full breath. And a long, slow exhale unwinds you. And then right leg extends long, left foot to the inside. Wait, is that right? Why does that feel wrong? No, that is wrong. That's why it feels wrong. Right foot comes into the inside of the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Maybe tuck something under the right knee. Exhale, pour forward. Find the edge of your foot or your ankle. And then bow on your exhale. And just surrender here. Nice full breaths, 3 of them. You've got this. Good. So good. Relax the jaw. Soften the back of the neck. Good. Excellent. When you're ready, hands come to frame the left leg and slowly walk your way up. Let's send both legs forward. Take your hands behind you again, fingers pressing, fingers toward you, palms pressing in toward the earth. Strength of the arms and the abs. Point your toes. Lift up into a reverse plank here. Take your gaze up toward the sky and hold it. Yeah, this is pretty good. Notice your breath. Notice how strong you are. And then begin a slow descent to the earth. Yeah, take one big breath in as you lift your arms up, and we'll take one last forward fold. Reaching for the legs with a nice long spine, reaching for the toes, the sides of the feet, and then surrender here. Forward fold. Let it go. Just let your nervous system be soothed. Let your hamstrings and your lower back get a nice stretch. Really good. 3 breaths. On that 3rd breath, take your hands, walk your way up. Guess what? I lied. There is one more forward fold, but how much can we take of this goodness? So this is where it's really nice to have props. You can also use your blocks. Take our legs wide on the mat. So one leg to, yeah, just as wide. We're going to come into a wide leg forward fold. So it's really nice. You can even stack your blocks. You can stack your blocks and then place your blankets on them. So I like to flex my feet here. Come forward. You can walk your fingers again toward the center and find that edge with a nice long spine where you feel your inner thighs, your hips, all the things, but not too far. And then when you're ready, when you feel like you've found the appropriate edge for you, we're just going to make a little pillow on our stack. Yeah, why not? Make it a nice stack. And then surrender here. So we're going to take 5 luxurious breaths here in this forward fold. And just allow yourself to surrender. Give yourself permission to soften and really take advantage of the exhales. That chance to really let it go and soften, release. Speaking of let it go, Frozen's coming to the Hippodrome. Don't miss it. My daughter's home today doing press. She was on WJZ earlier today, and I think she's going to be on the other 2 Baltimore stations later. So it's so fun to go see Frozen. All the little Elsas in their little Elsa dresses. Oh my goodness, it's the cutest thing. All right, let's take one more big breath and a nice long exhalation. Then take your fingers to the mat, to the floor, and slowly walk your way up. Remove your props, place them close by, and then draw your legs in. Maybe give them a little windshield washer. And then we're going to take our blocks and place one at the medium level and one at the lower level. The medium level is where our heads will go, and the lower level is right at the bra line. Sorry guys if you're there. And then take your blanket, fold it up so that it can be nice and smooth, and then take your hips somewhere so that you can lower your your shoulder blades down on that lower block, and then hopefully your head lands on the upper block. And here we are, supported fish. Hopefully it's good for you. Take your arms out wide, palms face up, let your shoulders just wrap around your blocks. And of course, if this is not your jam, feel free to forego any blocks or blankets and just come to your Shavasana shape. And this is where we will end. So let's take some time to really settle in. Let the legs be wide on the mat. Let the feet just open up, fall open, and just relax the feet and the ankles. Let the hips be super heavy. Soften the belly. Relax the chest. Soften the shoulders. Let the floor just support your arms, your hands. And let that block support your head or the mat. Relax the jaw. Soften the brow. Just let yourself melt. If you're super comfy, just ignore everything I'm about to say. Stay right where you are. But if you're up on the blocks and you're ready to come down, give yourself a moment with your head and back and in neutral. So just remove the blocks and let yourself just kind of settle back on your mat for a moment. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. Do any rocking and rolling that you might enjoy. And then whenever you're ready, roll to your most comfortable, favorite side and just pause there for a moment. Notice how you feel. And then here's a true test. Use the strength of your arms to press up to a comfortable seat and find easy pose. Notice if it's easier. And then close your eyes for a moment and just allow yourself to scan the body. Notice sensation, notice energy, notice your breath. When you're ready, take your arms out, reach up for all the goodness. Take your palms together above the head, draw them right down the center of the body, and take a moment to bow to your heart. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for the suggestion for the hip openers. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.